Cox. Yo, what's going on, y'all? Foots here. Week 1 is in the books. Let me fix this angle right here. Boom! Week 1 is in the books, y'all. And it wasn't even like a full week. It was, I think we came to camp on Wednesday, and they've been doing a lot of skelly. They call it a ramp-up period. And it's been cool. I've listened. You hear the coaches talk. You hear Stephen Jones talk. Let me turn it down. I was watching ESPN. Rest in peace to Bill Russell. It's kind of sad, man. The first player coach. The dude won 11 championships. It's crazy. But week 1, you know, rest in peace. If you're a basketball fan, football fan, just the fact that he passed away, you know, we got to pay our respects to a true pioneer. Camp. 3 days in the books. Monday, I'm recording this Sunday night. Monday, pads are on. And we'll get to see, you know, Tyler Smith bang. We'll get to see Sam Williams with some pressure when he getting hit back. So that'll be cool. But the first clip that I started with was Jabril Cox flying around. And I got 5 standouts. All right, guys, 5 standouts from these first 3 days. And again, pads aren't on. They aren't going full speed. But you can kind of see and just get a vibe for who's kind of doing what. Now, before I get to these standouts, I had tweeted, and just to kind of poke fun at, and listen, I want all these guys to do well because at the end of the day, they're young athletes. Well, they're athletes, period. And even though they're not on the Cowboys, you still want them to do well with this. You know, I tweeted, you know, Randy Gregory's not on PUP. Randy Gregory's on PUP, so he's not ready for training camp right now. Lyle Collins, I'm hearing, is out of shape. Or I don't know what's going on with Lyle Collins. And Conor Williams already getting smoked. And it's like, I had to use the Stephen Jones emoji or the Stephen Jones picture just because I know in the offseason everybody hated Stephen Jones, and I get it. But contrary to popular belief, I believe that Stephen Jones is really smart, and I believe at some point it's going to pay off for him, some of the moves that he's made. And whether we like it, whether we don't, his system, his mindset is we're just not going to overpay in free agency. We're going to draft. We're going to let our young players play, which is good because a lot of our young players are kind of doing their thing. Let's talk about Jabril Cox. It's cool to see Jabril Cox out there. Jabril is still flying around. Even on that one play, you see the diagnosis. You see him knife, take that 45 right downhill. No, they're not tackling, but it was just good to see him flying around. Coming off that injury, I didn't even think he'd be ready. And I don't know if Steven and Jerry had a serious meeting with everybody. It's like, look, guys, moving forward, we want players that are going to be healthy. I don't know if that's what sped Jabril up. I don't know, but they want young guys that are going to be ready to play, that are going to be out there, that are going to fight through some things, and that are going to be in shape. And you've heard the Jones family say this is the most in shape, the most healthy that we've been. So I thought that was cool to see Jabril out there flying around. I got my notes right here, guys. For me, when I'm watching all the drill work, I'm just looking at Tyler Smith. When I'm looking at that offense, I'm just looking at Tyler Smith, and I'm just, you know, I had an interesting exchange with somebody on Twitter. And it was like, you know, we all knew that Conor Williams wasn't strong. And I definitely knew that Conor Williams wasn't strong. It was very apparent to me early on in his career that he just wasn't going to handle an anchor well. And then we draft a strong guard, and people hated the pick. Well, we drafted a strong lineman, let me say, because he was a tackle in college. So we drafted a strong lineman, and people hated the pick. It's like, which way do people want it? And for me, I'm just looking at Tyler Smith and his hands, and when he gets his hands on you and his vice grip and his base, I'm liking what I'm saying, y'all. He's a big body. I think he knows what it means to be a Cowboy, and I think he's going to be very, very good. And I think that he's already done some things. Now, when pads come on, we'll see a lot more, but I think he's already done some things. Let's talk about Marquis Bell. I haven't personally seen the film, and obviously I'm showing little clips. I have not personally seen the film of Bell, but I do know this. He keeps being mentioned by the staff, and that's always a good thing, whether it's Steven, whether it's McCarthy. The Cowboys like Marquis Bell. I think he's going to have every opportunity. Preseason games will be big for him. Needs to make tackles. Needs to be around the ball. Needs to make plays. But I think that he will stick. I think that he'll get his money on special teams. And if an injury happens, he may get a shot. So that'll be interesting. This goes without saying, but I'll say it. Micah's doing Micah things, and to me that's awesome. Because you get worried about those sophomore slumps. You watch him come off the edge. I mean, he really is giving Turnstile the blues. And again, no pads on, so you can't really hit. But you see when he twist stunts, when he bends, he's just different. Like, Micah's just different. It's so many times he's had to pull up and not put hands on Dak because, you can't hit the quarterback the whole nine. But like it's a few times I tweeted out, you see some of these pass plays when they're going skelly, but you're like, that would have been a sack. Easy sack. So, I really like the way that Mike is playing. He's embodying being a leader. I think that Dallas, after next year, should just extend him early. I don't know how early you can extend a player. Extend him early. Get out the way. Make him the highest defensive player in the league. Let's just have him for the rest of his career. Like, I love Micah Parsons. He's a Cowboys through and through, and that's gonna be special. Let's get to some more notes. And then this is the last one, guys. Vasher and Semi actually making plays. So I have a mixed bag on Vasher. I'm not gonna be, Vasher's the greatest receiver in the league right now because he made a back shoulder fade catch. But the fact that he's getting his name in the paper, that he's getting paid, I dig it. You also hear in Kyle Yeomans, somebody who's there, saying that Semi Fayoko looks good. It's going to be interesting. This receiver battle is going to be interesting because I like how Jalen Tolbert looked, and I talked about that on the first day. Okay? So this is going to be interesting now when pads come on, these corners start getting physical, it starts getting more chippy. Who can make catches? Who can do their thing? I'm not saying that Vasher's a lock, but I will say with Vasher, I want to see how he does it when he's constantly getting pressed and when he's constantly getting beat up at the line. I think that he'll be fine, but it just takes him so long to get going. It'll be interesting to see how he constantly separates. So, guys, those are my 5 standouts. Just kind of 5 guys who have been in the paper so far. And listen, I'm sure that other content creators may have other athletes who are doing their job for the Cowboys, but this is me. As I look at the notes, these are some guys who kind of are doing the right things. And again, preseason games, pads trump all. They do. This is just 7-on-7, 11-on-11, skelly work, situational work. Everybody's hyped right now because videos are coming out, so this is kind of what we're talking about. But pads and preseason trump all. I can't wait for it. You guys let me know who you think is standing out, and I'll talk about it on the channel. It's your boy Foots. Peace.